Right, forcing IOIs. Forcing IOIs is a lot about your ping range. And warm opens are much easier than cold opens. More likely to lead to sex. So it's always worth thinking of IOIs. Right. So what determines how many IOIs you get? Well, this is a bit of a pseudo-scientific equation, but it's approximately right, I think. Is your ability to get IOIs is your looks plus your archetype purity plus how shiny you are at that place times by your vibe. The reason I say times by your vibe is your vibe's the most important part, but it must be built on something. So your looks, not a lot you can do about that. Go to the gym, dress nice, but you know there's a limit to what you can do. Your archetype you can do an absolutely fuckload with. So pick an archetype, make it pure, live the archetype through your homework. And then how shiny you are, that's just going to depend. Some countries, some cities like you more than others. Kiev likes me, Belgrade likes me, Zagreb likes me, London doesn't seem to give a fuck, Paris doesn't seem to give a fuck, right? But you know, it's different for every person depending who you are, what girls you're going for, right? But some girls are just going to like you. Slavic girls like me. Mediterranean girls don't give a fuck. I don't do very well with Italians or Spanish. I do great with Russians and Ukrainians. Who knows why, but I'm shiny some places and not others, as will you. So if you find that you're drawing fuck all IOIs, try changing up to a different place. And then whatever package you have, the minute you apply good vibe, you just hit the pinball multiplier, the combo meter shooting up, and you're going to get more. So we've already talked about how you work on those. But when you're on the street, be alert. I just want to check, just in case I'm going over Tom's. Tom, are you talking about IOIs much? Because I'll skip this if you're covering it.
So physical.
Okay. Right, example IOIs. Right, the big thing about IOIs, which was taught to me by Jabba, is that they're a lot more subtle than you expect, and tiny little bits of signal mean a hell of a lot more than you would give credit for. So, example IOIs. Right, this is all based on a girl walking past you. The sideways glance. Right, I don't know how well you back can see my eyes, but the girl's walking, she does this. That's it. That's the IOI. Now, the longer and more direct it is, the more fucking jaws dropping and tongue hanging out, the better, right? But literally that. She's looking this way, her eyes flick over at you and back. That's an IOI. Right? And the rule with IOIs, by the way, always ask yourself, would she bother doing that if she weren't interested? Right? Anything which takes the girl off what she's normally doing to look at you could be an IOI. Okay, other one, the double glance. What's this? She walks up, she looks back. Right? IOI. Another one, held stare. She just looks at you like this. Right, anything longer than very basic politeness, take it as an IOI. Right, change of direction. Right, this is a really subtle one, but a girl's walking, she catches you out, and she just kind of stops and just goes back and checks that like window in the shop. Take that as an IOI. Like I said, pick up on all these signals. You've got to be alert, right? This is why I talk about the drills of becoming mindful of the street, mindful of your body, about opening up your senses, because you want to be able to spot these. You want to be able to draw them, and you want to be able to spot them. Okay, so to actually force them, right, two ways you can force them. They all come back to masculinity, which is a man creates his own opportunities, a man initiates. If you're forcing an IOI, you're creating that opportunity, right? Which expresses masculinity. So, first of all, if you're solo, you might be just walking like this. You see the girl from a long way off because you're like looking, you're alert. Immediately turn your swag on. Yeah, turn your swag on. That's the easiest one. What I'll often do is even if I'm with a wing, I'll see a girl over there and go, right, I'm going to try and force an IOI, and then I try and change my path. So at some point she will walk past me like this, because you know she's not going to IOI you from the opposite side of the street. So you know I'll maneuver myself in, then I turn the swag on. She notices, right? Maybe she IOIs me, maybe she doesn't, but I try to force it, I give her a chance to. The one with the wing is value tapping. Value tapping means when you draw value, suck value out of other people to add it to yourself, and it's normally a very malignant thing to do, and you've got to be very careful of people who do this to you. But with a regular wing, you can actually take turns value tapping each other for different girls, because remember the street has a 30-second memory. So if your wing value taps you in one set, it allows you to value tap him on the next set. You've suffered none of the negativity, but you've gained the positivity of the value tap, right? It's not like a bar where it can be really malignant. So how do you value tap your wing? And you do this with their full consent, right? You say, oh, I'm going to try this girl, right? And then the wing knows what you're doing. You'll be walking next to your wing, the girl's coming. You say, right, I'm going to do this one. Immediately you step a little bit ahead of them and you start lecturing them. Yeah, like this. What happens? The girl looks up and she sees a leader. It's giving it the fucking swag, right? And your wing's like, yeah. And you're like, yeah, so anyway, I'm waving my arms and I've got nothing to say, but like, yeah, right. Right? And the girl's like, ooh, right? You've just value tapped your wing, and then, you know, when he sees a girl he wants, you let him do that to you. Because the street has no memory, right? So that's a good little way of putting a bit of swag on demand. When maybe you weren't feeling it, you just suddenly like perk up, put the swag on. It's very masculine, it's very leaderish, and you're forcing an IOI off the girl. Okay, next slide please. Wherever he is. Oh God, do I have to go down there and do it myself? Okay.